One of the governors, we think he took close to about 75% of the resources of the state.
One governor took 75% of the money from the state government?
And this is a state that is probably made over $1 billion in terms of revenue. One of the governors, we think he took close to about 75% of the resources of the state.
One governor took 75% of the money from the state government?
And this is a state that is probably made over $1 billion in terms of revenue.
Oh guys, these northern politicians have been having some serious buzz over Tinubu. So it all started when Naja'atu made a video on TikTok condemning Ribadu, that he once condemned Tinubu, that Tinubu is a very corrupt man, like you saw in that interview. He even said Tinubu takes like 70-something% of the revenue that comes from Lagos to himself alone. You saw it in the interview. So Aja is now reminding Ribadu that you once condemned this Tinubu. Now he is your favorite. You are boasting and saying Tinubu is the best man, the best man. This is the same Tinubu you called very corrupt, that you were going to prosecute him as the EFCC boss in those days. You know, Aja was just trying to remind him of the past and all the things he said about Tinubu. And he came out to say, no, I didn't say that. And he's asking Aja to apologize for those statements that she made, that if Aja does not apologize, that she's going to drag Aja before the court. And Aja has also replied him saying, hey, I am not going to apologize. You can do your worst. Aja said, I'm not scared. I'm not worried, that she has been receiving all kind of threats, you know, from Ribadu's camp, but she is not perturbed, that she's not going to withdraw her statement, that what she said is true. And like you can see, even some of the newspapers then, you know, carried it. I mean, they carried it. So there are even evidence, like you've also seen the video I posted, you know, the video you saw before now. You've seen it, that actually he said something about Tinubu, that Tinubu is very corrupt, and he also made mention of how he takes the state revenue just for himself. I'm trying to read out some of the things that he said. Like this headline now is saying, corruption, Tinubu can't escape Ribadu. That was then, you know. The date here is in 2007. So he said, I think that was when he was the EFCC boss. He vowed that he was going to deal with these people. And you now see another headline here, say, I will frustrate Tinubu, others, Ribadu. So then they were not in good terms until Ribadu got the opportunity, you know, to contest under the political party that Tinubu was heading. So that was how they now became close, and now they are very close friends, and he's serving under the Tinubu's government. And he now forgot that he once called Tinubu very corrupt person. So guys, I'm going to let you watch some of this clip. Just take your time, watch this clip, and understand what is happening among these northern politicians. So this Najaatu, she is calling Ribadu out because Najaatu is in support of El-Rufai. They are like in the same camp, and now they are firing Ribadu. Let's see how all this is going to play out. Let me allow you just take a look at these videos. Take a look for yourself.
December 27, 2006, while briefing the Senate on your Commission's anti-corruption activities, you indicted Mr. Ahmed Bola Tinubu of corruption. You said, and I quote, Bola Tinubu is a looter of international dimensions. Now, given what you said about Ahmed Bola Tinubu, can I ask you why Nigerians should believe you? Doesn't this raise serious morality and ethical issues about you, because you are now working with the man and trying to become the president of Nigeria?
With respect, Kadria, I did not say so. I never said he's a looter of international standard or whatever. What I said, and I was making report to all the cases that we were investigating then, I said the case of Bola Tinubu was a case involving international dimension. It was not a case that was being handled by the EFCC. Therefore, I will not have much to say about it. In any case, I have never come out to judge and sentence an individual before taking him to the court.
Are you going on the record as saying you are 100% sure that Mr. Ahmed Bola Tinubu has not done anything that can be seen as corruption? Is that what you're saying?
I will 100% tell you that Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is one Nigerian that I respect very much because of the work he did in this country. He promoted democracy. He supported the growth of this man. He confronted PDP. He made it impossible for PDP to run over this country. Today, everybody knows what is happening in our country. He supported the growth of the Action Congress of Nigeria, and today is the #1 performing party in Nigeria.
One of the governors, we think he took close to about 75% of the resources of the state.
One governor took 75% of the money from the state government?
And this is a state that is probably made over $1 billion in terms of revenue.
The National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu has given a 7-day ultimatum to Hajia Najaatu Mohammed to withdraw her statement against him, otherwise he will go to court and seek redress. But Hajia Najaatu is sticking to her guns, insisting that she is not going to apologize for anything. It all started with Najaatu speaking in a TikTok video saying shame to Ribadu for turning 180-degree circle to serve as National Security Advisor to Tinubu after accusing him of being corrupt when he was EFCC chairman under Olusegun Obasanjo. Ribadu served as the pioneer EFCC chairman from 2003 to 2007. For those who understand Hausa, the full clip of what Naja'atu Mohammed said will be at the end of the video. For those who didn't witness EFCC at the early stages, they might think what they are doing now is the worst of everything. They are breaking down doors, going after the weak, instead of going after politicians who have stolen billions of naira belonging to the Nigerian government. At the time Nuhu Ribadu was in charge at the EFCC, they mostly focused on politically exposed persons, to the extent that opposition parties at the time started saying that the party in power, the PDP under Obasanjo, was using it to attack political rivals. So for people who witnessed EFCC under Nuhu Ribadu, they know that Nuhu Ribadu of that time saw himself as a very powerful FBI director, Nigerian version, to the extent that he threatened many governors at the time that they will not be allowed to seek second term in office because of how corrupt they are. So it's surprising that he's now denying ever saying something like that against Tinubu. And by the way, this is not the first time this is being said against Nuhu Ribadu. The time he contested for the presidency under HCN, a party that Tinubu promoted at the time, many people said this against him. What changed? Because after criticizing him, saying all sorts of unprintable words against him about his corruption, about his mode of governance and many things, he now turned around and contested for the presidency under his party. So from that time up till now, he has been a Tinubu ally. Now, Malam El-Rufai has joined issues with him, saying that Nuhu Ribadu must have serious amnesia, saying that Naja'atu Mohammed is correct. As a 7th minister at the time, Malam El-Rufai was the FCT minister when Nuhu Ribadu was the EFCC chairman. El-Rufai shared this piece from a newspaper which reported exactly what Naja'atu Mohammed said in the video. He also cited examples that will prove that Nuhu Ribadu actually called Ojuzo Kalo, Tinubu and others corrupt people. He said that Nuhu Ribadu said something like that at the council meeting where he was present. And also he said something like that at the Senate hearing in 2006. The newspaper cutout reads, "We will frustrate Tinubu, Kalo, others, Ribadu. Governors seeking electoral positions will continue to be pursued by the EFCC," the chairman said yesterday. Nuhu Ribadu, who spoke with newsmen at the presidential wing of the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos, however, said that the commission decided to single the Lagos State Governor Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, his Abia State counterpart Chief Ojuzo Kalo, and Governor Ibrahim Shekarau of Kanu State out because they were the only governors seeking fresh elective positions. He vowed that the governors will be prosecuted for alleged corruption following their indictment by an administrative panel of inquiry. He said, Tinubu and the rest, other governors in bracket, should consider themselves as very lucky they ought to have been where Joshua Dariye, the impeached Plateau State Governor, Ayo Fayose, the impeached Ekiti State Governor, and DSP Alamesia, former Bayelsa State Governor, also impeached, are today. They cannot escape. They quoted Nuhu Ribadu. They quoted his exact words. So this alone proves that Hajia Najaatu Mohammed is perfectly correct in her statement that Nuhu Ribadu should be ashamed of himself, someone he once claimed to be very corrupt, that should not escape prosecution for his corruption. He has now turned around full circle and is serving as a national security advisor under the same person.
And we are beginning to see the gains, what we call Tinubu gains. Hundreds of bandits are killed today, every day. Tinubu gains. You move everywhere in our own country today, free of fear. Tinubu gains. Things are changing. These so-called Lakura or whatever you call them, they are making a mistake. Nobody ever dares Tinubu and win. Nobody. They have come at a wrong time.
Ribadu can't really be serious about the 7-day ultimatum he gave Hajia Najaatu Mohammed to withdraw her statement because it is public knowledge. As a matter of fact, in the archives of the NTA, they should have many videos, if not thousands of videos of Nuhu Ribadu talking about corruption, outrightly accusing sitting governors of corruption without showing the evidence. As at that time,
I am Najaatu Mohammed, the founder and chairperson board of trustees for the Northern Star Youth Initiative. There is no retreat, no surrender, no apologies to Nuhu Ribadu. I'm speaking in response to the recent threats and intimidation by Nuhu Ribadu using his attack dogs and his lawyer Ahmed Raji and co. Regarding my statement that the then chairman of the EFCC had publicly accused the then governor of Lagos State, Ahmed Bola Tinubu, of being, and I quote, a corrupt government official who will not escape justice. While I acknowledge that Nuhu Ribadu might have forgotten or chosen to retract his comments from the past, I stand by my statement and do not believe an apology is warranted. Apology to whom exactly? To President Tinubu for the earlier comments made by his now national security advisor? Or apology to Nuhu Ribadu for his forgetfulness and master-serving mindset? I stand by my original statement and will not be retracting it. My words accurately reflect my views on the matter based on what is already in public domain. And I do not believe an apology or retraction is necessary. I will not compromise my position to appease Ribadu and his attack dogs. I will not retract my statement, nor will I apologize for speaking the truth as I see it. Nuhu Ribadu, you have issues. As you have threatened, please go straight to court, but nothing will silence me. You must understand that you cannot intimidate me. No one can intimidate me. I live for posterity, not for people like you. I have, over the past 48 hours, received multiple threats, calls informing me that you seek to send your attack dogs on me. It is so unfortunate that your attack dogs need to notify me before arresting me. If this is the new standard of operations of your attack dogs, Nigerians must stop wondering why known terrorists and bandits continue to evade arrest while truth sayers and patriots are being oppressed, detained, and threatened. Finally, I have just received reliable information that there is an existing attempt to subvert the judiciary for further intimidation, to force me into retracting my statement. Nuhu Ribadu, you have failed. You have failed the nation. You have failed your boss. You have failed yourself. I refuse to be intimidated. I'll continue to tell the truth as I understand it. And let me tell you that no amount of intimidation, no prison on earth is Najaatu afraid of. The only prison that I fear of is the prison that we will all go into. That is our graves. But even that, I have no fear, because I live in harmony with my Creator. So Nuhu Ribadu, do your worst. The worst is best for me. I stand by what I say.
So
I'll
guys,
continue
this is
to
all
say
what
it.
politics in Nigeria
I don't care what
when
you
they say
think or
politics
what you do.
is dirty, you can see
I stand
so
by what I say.
This is the Ribadu
Long
that
live
wants it.
the Federal
very
Republic of
corrupt.
Nigeria.
Even granted an interview then saying that Tinubu takes the whole revenue. 75% is like almost everything, you know, to himself. But today now he's under Tinubu's cabinet, and he believes Tinubu is the best thing that has happened to Nigeria. He has now made U-turn of all the things he said, even though there are many evidence online to prove that he actually said it. That tells you a whole lot about politics in this country. It's all about where you can eat from. If you can eat from Tinubu, Tinubu becomes your best person, even if you know him, like even if you had known him as a corrupt politician. For the fact that you are now eating under his government, you are now going to be painting him to be the best person on earth. That's to tell you how dirty politics is. We can't but continue this way. We are just waiting for that time when politicians will come and tell you who you are, because they want to help this country to grow. But today is, if you can eat under Tinubu's government, Tinubu becomes the best. Tomorrow, if Atiku now becomes president and he can eat under Atiku, Atiku becomes the best. If all these corrupt people who are associated with corruption, if any of them wins election and bring them into their cabinet, they become the best, even though they have a rough past. You can see what's happening in this country. Anyway, let me know what you think about all this in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell. Please give this video a like so that YouTube can recommend it to others, and drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you.